don't forget to subscribe for more reviews. Please also like. Thank you!
Hello there everyone, Tom here again, and today we have the privilege of taking a look at the Magic Square Shovel Master and Roller Master. This is their take on Mixmaster and... crap, what's this guy's name? Scrapper. So, box is exceptionally plain other than the front here, and we get that right there. So, opening it up, maybe. Oh, crud on a cracker. I'm not wanting to open up at all. Alright. Empty box. Okay. In the box we get this little baggie of stuff here. It's got to have a lip to it somewhere where I can open it. I bet you that's it right here. Okay. We get two cards, and they're smaller. The smaller type cards measuring in at 2 3/4 by 2 inches, so they're the smaller cards for those of you that like cards. The drum is in there along with what looks like an extra face for Scrapper. Huh. Not sure why they did that. I guess we'll find out. And instructions. Oh, I see why. Yeah, I see why now. Okay. I do kind of like it when a mystery is solved that quickly. Alright, so there's those two. We get 2 weapons. So, zooming in here on old Scrapper, you can kindly see, I guess, why they gave us an extra head. This head I like better than this head over here, so I'm probably going to end up swapping those out. I'm not sure exactly what it is about them I don't like so well, but looks like it just pushes out here, which should give us access. Yep, okay. And it's just on a ball peg. So yeah, I'm going to immediately, right now, put this new head on, because I really didn't like the other one. Maybe. And they're just on a ball peg, as you can see right here. So, head goes on the ball peg, the helmet comes up around it, at least theoretically. Okay. And then the helmet comes up right here. Yes. I like that head quite a bit better. Quite a bit better. Alright. You can see the details that are on him. He's got a little bit of paint here, a little bit of paint here. This is plastic. This is plastic. It's all primarily plastic. We've got a little bit of paint detail right here on the arm. And I think the visor's painted the same color as this is. And the red is painted on there. Okay. looking at old Dr. Hook here, sorry, Mixmaster here, we have paint, flat plastic, a little bit of paint right through here, I guess. And that's pretty much it, apparently. So this is interesting because I guess this is going to be a part to combine mode for all I know. Alright, we'll figure it out. Here, let's back out just a tinch. Okay. And I'm not entirely sure which gun goes with whom. But that one fits in there just fine. So does that one. So no issues with the gun. Articulation, the head can move. It's on a ball joint just like this other one's. But it is limited by the thing here, so just be mindful. The arms are on a hinge swivel, so they'll go all the way around. Bicep rotation is on a mushroom peg. You hopefully can see it right there. So we get good bicep rotation. The wrists can go all the way around. And I don't see anything that would suggest. All right, yeah, they're on a ball peg, so you get a little bit of movement, not a whole lot. No ab crunch, but you do get full waist, so that works. Legs go out that far. As you can see, they're not the most stable things. Forward and back, so he can do the full American splits. Thigh rotation is built around this mushroom, this ball joint right here. So thigh rotation. Knee gets you more than 90 degrees, but it does break it up when it goes here. Foot, you can see, goes up and down, and then you get the full rocker. That's him. Now this guy, we just saw his head. We know it's on a ball joint. Arms can go all the way up to there, but you know you're not really supposed to do it that way. Not breaking the sculpt, that's as far as you're going to get. All the way around, no problem. Bicep rotation is on a mushroom peg that you can see right there. Probably the same thing with the hand. It's probably on a ball joint. Would be my guess. Probably. You do get a little in and out, but that's for transformation. No ab crunch, but you do get full waist bendage. The hips give you, that's a full, almost a full Chinese splits. Forward and back for the full American. Thigh rotation is built around this joint. Double jointed knee, and the foot can go up, down, and you get a rocker. Alright, tell you what, let's do here, folks. Let's do some scale comparisons, and then we'll transform them and we'll go from there. So I'm going to start by transforming old Scrapper here. And the directions aren't as clear as I would have liked, so I'm going to go ahead and transform him without further comment. First thing you do is rotate the head around, take the hands and kind of open up this panel by pushing it down, then rotate them around and push your panel back. It does not work the other way. Meaning you can't go this way and get the hand in. You have to rotate it around a particular way. That's the way the joint works, and that's what you'll end up doing. Now, pardon me, pull this back and up and just kind of open it all up. This is pinned together right here, if you all can see. Open up these, get these out of the way. Alright, now, so you have something that looks kind of like this at this point. Go ahead and undo this. The arms are going to come in, but not until they come up like this. And you will want to rotate this section so that this peg is rotated inward. Isn't that right? Yes. But before you do that, take your spudger or whatever and push up your hip skirts right here. Just go ahead and get them up and out of the way. This will give you the notch that you need right here, if you can see it, for this peg to set into. So this comes in on both sides and it pegs in there like that, while this part encapsulates the head. And that's pretty much what you have right now. Rotate the tires up and they will go into this peg, as you can see right here, securing this into place. Lift this up and over like this. This part is going to come down and there are pegs and peg holes right here. You can semi-lock that into place. Drop this down and there are pegs and ports that will lock that into place, allowing this to sit like this at the moment. And this is where we shall leave the front for now. The legs are actually where the biggest portion of my issue with this came into play. Go ahead and rotate your legs around, or your foot around, just like this. You'll need this later. Come in here and alright. This needs to separate right here. So come in here and work it out. Undo this. There's a flap right here we got to get out. Okay. And then open this bit up right here. And we want to rotate this all the way up. This little bit right here is going to plug in right here, just like this. And there's a plug and a port right here, a pin and a port right there. Go ahead and leave this down. Rotate your leg up and around. This is going to come in and up. If I remember correctly, it sits just kind of like this in here. Foot comes in, foot comes up, foot comes down, all the way around. And we'll fight with this here in just a moment. First we got to do collapsing the leg again. So work it down and out. Open up this section here. Pull that up. Open this up. Open this up. Rotate this around. Connect your foot here, or your thigh right there. Bring this in and connect this right here. Remembering to move your foot up and in. This will connect pin and port system style, and we can connect these together Just like this. This will connect right here, theoretically, to help lock all this together. This will connect right there, again, theoretically, to connect it all together. And then this bit comes down, and it's got a port right here, and there's a pin right here to just put it all together. And if it's done correctly, it should line up right, he says. It should line right up, going where it's supposed to go. And you can just kind of do those like that. This will come down. This will come up. This will come up. And if I've got it right, that should be Scrapper in his vehicle mode. And I believe I have it right. There are some stuff that's dragging, and I'm not sure exactly why. This does not close all the way, but even so, it still doesn't rotate the way that you would expect it to. But if that's not perfect, that's pretty close. In this mode, he's measuring in at approximately 4.5 inches. The widest point is undoubtedly these two wheels here, and they're measuring in at right about 2 inches, maybe just a little bit more. Height-wise is negligible. Yeah, believe it or not, this is how this guy works. Now, to get him into combined mode, basically we unpeg this right here, bring this up, bring this in, and there's a series of locking points here you have to go into. Basically, these pegs are going to go in here, which is not exactly the easiest thing to make happen. And it doesn't help that the arms are kind of in the way at the moment. So we'll rotate these out, pull out the arms, rotate them around, bring these things back in. I know I'm being highly articulate here. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. The arms come in and rotate, I think it's this way, so that this is pointing down and out. And it's not the most secure thing I have ever dealt with. Then the wheels come in to help lock them into place, and we lock the wheels in here with this peg right here like this. That's how it works. These wheels come in and help lock the upper arms into place right here like this. Again, not the securest connection I've ever had, but it is doable. And this comes back in and back down, in, just to help fill in the gap here. Like this. Okay. And then this comes down and is quite secure. I'm not 110% sure that this is the only way to do this, but as I have been playing with it and working with it, this is the only way I've been able to get it to stay. Just like this. There may be something else, something I'm missing. As always, I fully grant that I may not have it 100% correct, but I also fully grant that this is what I have been able to achieve with this. So I think this plugs in somewhere, but if it does plug in, then you lose the rocker here. So maybe it doesn't. Regardless, that's that. Alright. That's how you make it into combine mode. Getting it back is really simple. You just got to pull these back out. Put the unpeg the arms here. Put them back into proper place. Just like this. Rotate this up so that it goes back in here where it belongs. Unpeg, rotate around like this. Pull it back into place. Bring this up. Bring this one back around so that it locks back in where it goes. And then we just reconnect the little pieces we had from the legs to make them solid. I really see these things right here bother me because it looks like they shouldn't come down, but in the same breath they kind of have to be able to support this bit here plugging in the way it's supposed to. So I don't know. I mean, it's supposed to go some way. And then again, this plugs in. This comes up. Yeah. All right. So that plugs in. That plugs in. Plugs in. And here is the scrapper again in vehicle mode. That simple. Alright, let's move on to Mixmaster before we do scale comparison. So transforming old Mixmaster here is it's an exercise in figuring out how to operate the directions. It's not easy at all. One thing I have to point out, this works right here. This was not necessarily for the combined mode, it was for his robot mode, and it just plugs right in. It just plugs right in. You just take the old one off and put the new one on. It's not complicated. It just plugs right in, and then everything just lines up like it's supposed to, and it goes back on. Have I got it the right way? Yeah, I think so. Okay. So yeah, you can do that if you want to. It's just another thing. So let's transform him real quick. We're going to push that up so that goes up like that. The hands need to go in, so just kind of loosen that connection enough so that you can pop the hands in there and put it right back. This bit right here on the back is going to come up and out, which will allow us to open up these flaps here without the use of a tool, and to move the arms completely up so that it looks like this. Pull out these, rotate them down and out. Be mindful, they're just kind of on here on this little peg, and they have a tendency to enjoy going on their own separate vacation, is the way I shall put that. Rather than staying with the family, they're going to go on their own, meaning they fall off. Alright, so just get this here and out of the way. Your hands, arms, come in at this moment, and we rotate these up like this. Bring your thing here back down. Now, what we want to do is bring these down, these little flaps right here. They will make the bumper. And if you notice, there are two tabs on either side. You want your hands, your arms just like this, so that this tab will plug, that hole will plug into that tab on both sides, just like that. And you have this tab here, which is going to plug in right here. So gently rotate these up and push them into place where they go. Just like this. And this represents basically the back part done. Rotate your waist. Pardon me. Alright, and if I didn't show it off earlier, I don't know if I did, this does rotate. It's just not the easiest thing to do. Now, bring your foot down, rotate it around. Pull this out, and all this is basically going to explode out. Hang on while I see what my dogs are getting all excited about. Sorry about that, folks. I live out in the country, and my dogs were barking at a tractor. So things like that happen. Open this up, turn it around, extend this as far as it will extend, and then just unfurl everything. We're going to work on this one to start with, and I hope I remember how to do this properly. Open this up, and there's a little piece right here that we need to pull out. This will complete the window. Right here we open this up, and we can extend the translucent piece here. So you can kind of see how this is all going to work. This is going to come down onto this, but before that happens, we need to get one of these pieces in here properly. Rotate this round so that it can be seen. This is going to come up. It's going to come down. This is not the easiest nor the most intuitive thing to do, and I've done it a couple of times, and I'm telling you it's not the easiest or most intuitive. This little bit needs to come in here before you get to this point, though. That's something that needs to be addressed. Bring that in, bring that down, bring this in, and you should be able to connect it right now like this. This should also allow you to line this up and push this in, and it should come together just like that. Now, we have this bit, and it's going to come in and tuck in. This bit is going to come in. Let me show you. This is going to come in, and that'll clip in right there, and this will come up like this, but you don't want to do that just yet. The reason is, I mean, you can go ahead and, I guess, clip that in. You want to get your leg in here as close as you can. And why is that coming off? I'll mess with that in a minute. You want to get this in here as close as you can so that this bit can rotate around and plug in place where it belongs. Now, there's one other step. You got to open up the crotch plate and pull this piece down. You do this so that your wheels will line up properly. And if you don't do that, it won't line up right. So this is going to come in, and then you put it in place. That will line up here. This will line up here, and you can go ahead and connect that one if you want. That was a lot of stuff that was going on right there, and I'm not entirely sure it was coherent and cognizant the way that I would have preferred it to be. So let's see if I can make that happen over here a little bit easier. We're going to open this up. We're going to open this up so that it makes the whole window there. We're going to take the grill piece, pull it forward, pop up the translucent piece here so that it will make the windshield the way you would expect it to. We know this is going to come together like this. We also know that this bit has to go through this hole before we do all that. So we need to open this up and push this a little bit through so that we can connect everything together. And it's just a matter of getting it in here and squeezing it into place the way that it should be. This is going to rotate around. This comes in, connects in, just like this. And then we take our leg here, bring this up, bring it around, pull that piece in, and we connect. Oh, I missed a step. I'm sorry. This little bit right here has to come out and around like this. Then we can connect everything together, and it'll snap and stay squeezed together. And then we just hook that into here where it would go, and hook this one into here where it would go. Why is it not going in there? I don't know. There, that one's in place, and that one's in place. Okay. So, this is what it looks like completed. And you can see how it all compacts really neatly, and he does have visible head syndrome. This comes on here and sits like this. I guess if you really felt the need, you could put this one on here, but I don't, that doesn't look right at all, so we're not going to. Put this on here, make sure those get in place, and here we have Mixmaster. 3.5 inches by approximately 1.5 inches by 1 3/4 inches. Alright. Yeah. Now to put him in combine mode, nothing up here changes. It's all down here, so you just disconnect these. The directions have you using this rocker here, and basically what we do is we untab what we have done and pull it all apart, and there's basically what we need to do is wiggle all this together so that it will come together with this bit up. Alright, like this. Undo all this, open this back up, put this back together, and put that back together, bring that in. So remake your cab, basically. This part is really confusing in the directions, and I tell you, I don't know if I've got it right or not. I've done it before, but I don't know if I can teach it here, which is what I'm attempting to do now. This bit has to come in here and go into this slot. So everything has to maneuver to that benefit. And it's not really happy doing it. It really doesn't want to. Alright. So the goal is to get it so that it will come in like this, basically. Which that was a whole lot of me doing stuff and not telling you what I was doing. Effectively, we're rebuilding the cab here. Pardon me. We're just rebuilding the cab the way that we had it. Only the interior here is being shifted so that the leg can come down and in instead of out the way that it was. You want it sort of like this so that it can come up. I wish I could describe this better than what I'm doing. I'm doing a horrible job here. But I have to point out, even with me doing this bad of a job, it's still better than what the directions gave us. So, this is not right. No, this bit has to come down on both sides. It's got to come down, come out. Alright, this bit has to come down because it helps stabilize. not only that, where is it? This right here, your weapon fits in right here. So you just got to line that up, push it into place, and it'll stay, theoretically. It's got the tabs for it, so it's just a matter of getting it into the proper place to put it, and then lining everything else back up. No easy task, but it can be done. Look folks, I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you see me struggling with it, there is a very, very good chance that you will as well. So that's why I try not to do these a cut if I don't have to through here, so that you can see the frustration, if there is frustration. Because I think that's important. I think we need to, as a community, be aware if something is problematic or not. And if it's not problematic, then we don't have to fight with it. But if it is, then we need to be able to be realistic with our expectations of it. At least that's what I think. And I haven't met much that I haven't been able to figure out or to make work in some way. Although I have to tell you, if I'm being completely honest, there have been some I've wondered about if I was going to be able to be successful with. And I don't think this is one of them at this point, but man, it is not happy at all. So remember, this has got to, these have got to come down. Good night, come on. Stop being that way. There we go. Okay. This is going to come down and help secure it. But this has got to come in. The directions here are just trash. I'm sorry, but they are. So I would not at all in any way recommend anybody looking at the directions and trying to figure this out. Because if you're anything like me, you'll be more frustrated at it than not. But you can see here how it goes, and this goes in the center here, and there, like that. And I finally got it. This connects here, back the way that it was, helps to secure it, and there it is. You have the tilt here. In this mode, he's coming in at 3 3/4. So yeah, I'll put him back in truck mode, basic truck mode, and we'll do some scale comparisons, and then I'll do final thoughts. Final thoughts wise, Nemesis, what are you doing in there? I just wanted to be in the picture. Ah! Alright, final thoughts wise, this is a mixed bag for me. Let's just go down through the list. The playability, I'm including the transformation in the playability. These two things are over-engineered from my perspective. They're not fun to transform, and they've loosened up considerably as they have been transformed. Now some of the joints are very tight, but some of them are really, really not. That makes them difficult at times to position, though not impossible. I have to point that out. Not impossible, just difficult on occasion. The materials feel great. I really like the plastic quality. This feels good. I haven't seen a single stress mark. I am concerned again about the stability of this. I don't know how long they'll be able to hold their own weight, but that's kind of the build. The materials feel fine. There's not a whole lot of paint on them, but that's kind of expected with Magic Square. The cost, I believe I paid $75 for them shipped at TF Source. No, it wasn't TF Source. I apologize. TF Direct. It was TF Direct I bought these from. So, yeah, they were okay. Price-wise, I guess. I still think we should be paying no more than $30 for each. So, I think from that perspective, they're a little overpriced. But that's not taking into account the cost of, you know, plastics and shipping and all that at this time. If these were my first Transformers, would I buy another one? No. I don't think I would. I think I would look upon these two and I would say they're overly complex. I'm not sure they're going to hold up. And I don't think I would. Now, having said that, you all, if you've watched my channel, you know how I feel about Devastator. So I probably would buy more just to get the Devastator. But I don't think I would ever use them in any other form. I don't think they'll work that way. And I'm not entirely sure I got their limb transformations correct. So that will be a question for another day. But we'll figure it out. Anyway, this is Tom. Thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next review.
Thank you for watching my Papa's channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.